Most franchise brands don't fail because the model's broken. They fail because new owners are expected to figure out growth on their own at the exact moment they need direction the most. Imagine a franchise system where every new owner knows exactly what to do, exactly where to focus, and exactly how to build momentum in their first year without flooding your internal team with support tickets, panic calls, and inconsistent results. Imagine franchisees who think like owners, act with confidence, and generate local traction early instead of 6 months too late, which may be what you're seeing now. Over the next few minutes, we're going to show you why the traditional franchise support model is quietly hurting growth and how a completely different approach is helping emerging franchise brands scale faster with healthier locations and far less strain on corporate teams. And if by the end of this video you see value you could implement immediately, we'll ask you one thing: the opportunity to explore how our franchise support program could transform your franchise growth this year.
Here's the problem most emerging franchise brands face, especially once they pass the first 5 or 10 locations. New franchises struggle to gain traction in the first 6 to 12 months. Marketing execution varies wildly from location to location. Centralized marketing protects brand standards but fails to produce results on the ground. And instead of becoming operators, franchisees become dependent. Support demands pile up, momentum slows, and even when the business model is solid, early failures quietly damage the brand. Most franchise leaders don't see this as a system problem. They see it as a people problem, and they assume that if they could adjust their filtering and bring on stronger owners, that would solve their challenge. But it won't.
Because when new franchisees struggle, it means brand growth becomes fragile. It means corporate teams spend their time putting out fires instead of building for future growth. It means franchise development becomes harder because validation is inconsistent. And worst of all, it means your best owners feel isolated. Your weakest owners feel overwhelmed, and your brand becomes harder to scale. If left unaddressed, this doesn't just slow growth. Momentum starts to work against you.
We've lived this problem, not from the sidelines, but from the inside. As service providers, coaches, and even franchise owners ourselves across several service industries, we have seen the same pattern repeat itself over and over and over again. Brands invest heavily in recruitment, owners sign agreements full of optimism, and then reality hits. Firehose-style onboarding training, overloaded and out-of-date manuals. Agencies are hired to run advertising and not teach principles. And as a result, owners stay dependent on something they don't even understand. Everyone works hard, but only the experienced owners feel confident. So we stopped asking, how do we control franchise behavior, and started asking, what if the real answer is to teach ownership principles that build habits and confidence through practical application? That question changed everything.
Luckily for you, there's now a solution. Let me introduce you to the Frangelic Growth System. Frangelic is built to do one thing exceptionally well: turn overwhelmed franchise operators into empowered local business owners without sacrificing brand consistency. Now here's how it works. You get a clear, repeatable franchisee launch plan, so every owner knows exactly what to focus on in their first 12 to 18 months, which means faster traction and fewer early failures. You get structured training, coaching, and community, so franchisees learn how to think and act like owners, which means confidence replaces dependency. You get practical local marketing fundamentals, so franchisees execute consistently without needing hand-holding, which means healthier performance across the system. And you get a real execution layer, including websites, funnels, automations, so franchisees can take action immediately, which means results show up faster.
What makes Frangelic different is simple. We flip the franchise support from corporate down to franchise owner up. Instead of protecting the brand by controlling everything, we protect the brand by developing confident owners who effectively represent the brand.
When franchise owners grow with confidence, they generate royalty revenue faster. They operate with more disciplined decision-making. They require less of your time, and they become living validation that the concept works.
Frangelic is not another vendor franchises depend on. It is a system designed to reduce dependency altogether.
But don't just take our word for it. Our team brings over 20 years of combined experience as marketers, coaches, and successful franchise operators across multiple industries. We've seen firsthand what works, what fails, and what actually builds strong franchise systems. And as brands adopt this system, something consistent happens. Support demand decreases, franchise owner confidence increases, and you can award more franchise territories because you can provide strong validation across your system, not just a small handful of owners that are standing out.
Most franchise brands attempt to solve this problem by hiring expensive agencies to do it all, adding more franchise business coaches, or layering on technology that no one fully uses. Those solutions cost tens, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars annually, and they still don't solve the root problem. Frangelic was built to replace fragmented tools, reactive support, and inconsistent training with one integrated system. Our system includes the Frangelic marketing platform, a fully branded, plug-and-play, high-level snapshot. For brands, this is a custom-built system aligned to your standards. For franchisees, access is included, giving them websites, funnels, automation, and CRM tools that are worth the entire subscription. It removes friction instantly.
Now, our guarantee is that we don't trap people in contracts. We don't hold tools hostage, and while we can't control individual effort, every participant gets 2 brand-specific coaching calls every week, ongoing guidance, and proven systems based on fundamentals that have worked for generations. If someone decides to leave, they take their tools with them, because confidence doesn't come from force, it comes from trust.
We only work with a limited number of franchise brands at a time because customization and coaching quality matter. Once those spots are filled, onboarding pauses until capacity opens up again.
Right now, your franchisees are either becoming stronger owners or more dependent. If nothing changes, early struggles will continue. Support strain will increase and growth will feel heavier than it should, but it doesn't have to be that way. Click the link below to schedule a discovery call. Let's explore whether Frangelic is the right system to help your franchisees win and your brand scale with confidence.